you're a content creator, you're probably considering one of two cameras. If you're just getting started, either the Insta360 Go Ultra or the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Now, both of these cameras are great entry-level content creation cameras, vlogging cameras, even action cameras to a certain degree. But which one of these is right for you? Now, both of these cameras have really good comparable specs, but they are for two different use cases. The Insta360 Go Ultra is more of an action camera. It is waterproof, it is durable, whereas the Osmo Pocket 3 isn't. But it is still a very good, capable vlogging camera and content creation camera, whereas the Osmo Pocket 3 is meant to be for vloggers and content creators, but isn't that durable and it's not really made for action. But which one should you get? Well, entirely that depends on your use case, what you're actually going to use this for in the real world. If you're really not an action sports type of person and you're not going to be strapping this thing to a bike or going deep sea diving with it, then you might want to consider the Osmo Pocket 3. But in reality, both of these cameras produce very similar results for a very similar price. So let's go out in the field and let's see which one of these is actually better. So I've decided to take these cameras out and about to see which one is the better vlogging camera or on the go, on the move content creation camera. Now I've got both of their microphones attached to me as well. So we will switch between the audio and I'll put it on screen so you can see what audio you're listening to between which camera. So if you get the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and if you get the Creator Combo version, then you get the DJI Mic 2. You can see them both attached here. This is the DJI Mic 2 and this is the Insta360 Mic Air. Now, the Insta360 Mic Air is more comparable to the DJI Mic Mini than the Mic 2 or the Mic 3. But since I don't have the Mic Mini, I've only got the Mic 2 and the Mic 3, which are their more pro versions. And also, you only get the DJI Mic 2 if you get the Osmo Pocket 3 Creator Combo version. You don't get the Mic Mini with it. So that's why I'm doing this comparison, what you get with the camera. So with the Osmo Pocket 3, you get the Mic 2. Now the Mic 2 is capable of 32-bit float audio recording. It is also capable of recording internally into the microphone, so you have a backup recording file onto the microphone, so that if for any reason you lose connection or your camera dies or whatever happens, you've got that backup audio recording. You also have the ability to plug a lavalier mic into it and then have that up here instead of having the physical microphone pinned to you if you wanted to do that. The DJI Mic Air, as I said, is not really comparable to that. It's more comparable to the Mic Mini, whereas it just records, it connects to your camera and it records directly into the camera. Now the audio quality, as you can hear, but as I've been switching between the two microphones, it pretty much sounds identical. There's not really any difference that you're going to notice. The only difference you're going to notice is if you have any sort of clipping in your audio, if you have any loud noises or anything going on, then you can recover that with a Mic 2, whereas you're going to struggle with it with a Mic Air. Other than that, the audio quality, just for general purpose, is pretty much identical. You can't really tell the difference. Additionally, the connection, you're not really going to struggle with the connection, especially if you're using it as vlogging or a content creation camera. You're not going to struggle with any sort of connection, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. As a content creation camera, they're both very comparable. You can see what you're doing with both. The Insta360 Go Ultra is actually more versatile than the Osmo Pocket 3, purely because it's an action camera, it's waterproof, it's durable, you can detach it and you can attach it to things. For the Osmo Pocket 3, it's not durable. If you drop it and break it, then you're screwed basically. It's not going to work. And also, it's not very durable, it's not waterproof at all. And if you want to mount it to anything, you need to get an external mount, which isn't the end of the world. You can get them off Amazon for a few hundred dollars. You can get them off Amazon for about $50, $60. So it's not the end of the world, but it's just something you need to think about. Whereas with the Go Ultra, you get everything in one go. Now the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 does have a bigger sensor, so I would expect it to perform better generally than the Insta360 Go Ultra, but they are both really, really good cameras that you can mount to things like this, and you can then film yourself and record yourself. And with the Osmo Pocket 3, the downside is I have to get quite close to it to make sure I'm in frame, and then I can move back. Whereas with the Go Ultra, I can just hold this thing in my hand move quite far back, and the range on it is quite good, more than you're ever going to need. And you can just film yourself. Make sure you're in frame. Yep, I'm in frame. Yep, the exposure looks good. The lighting looks good. Okay, now I can continue with my shot. And that's what you can do with it. It just gives you more versatility. Now, as I said, the Osmo Pocket 3 has a better sensor, so you're going to get better image quality in general from it. But as you can see side by side, these are quite comparable. And if I just showed you one or the other, you probably wouldn't notice the difference, to be honest. Now, where this is going to come into play is in the low light performance when we record at night. And you're going to see that a little bit later when I do that. Now, the Insta360 does have pure video mode, which uses AI to make the image quality better. So we'll see how that performs later. Now, there's no point me diving into the specs and going right into the weeds between these two cameras, because I've done it to death with the Osmo Pocket 3 in the past, and I've done it to death with the Insta360 camera. The problem is what you want to know is what it really looks like in the real world and what your actual use case is going to be. So with the Insta360, you can mount it to things straight off the bat. You don't need a mount. You can just mount it. You can look at your screen, make sure it works. Great. You attach the mic air, you can record, connect straight to your camera. And then when you're done, you take out your SD card, plug it into your computer, and job done. Now, the next question you might be asking is which one of these cameras is better for a talking head studio style shot? So if you're thinking about getting this for your YouTube videos, for long form, short form, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is you make content on, you're going to want to get this camera for making content for that. So this is the internal audio on both these devices. So this is the internal audio on the Osmo Pocket 3, made no changes to it whatsoever. This is what it sounds like inside a studio in a sound treated room. And this is the internal audio on the Insta360 Go Ultra with no sound, processing done to it whatsoever inside a sound treated room. So this is what they both look like. This is what they both sound like. Now, as I've said before, the question you need to ask yourself is, what am I actually going to be using this camera for? Do I want a camera that I can just detach from its main housing and mount wherever I want? Do I want a camera that I can use on the go all the time? Do I want a camera that I can use for, vlogging or content creation or anything like that? Do I want a camera like that, or do I want an action style camera? The reality is that both of these cameras are very good and you can't really go wrong with either, but the choice is going to be yours. Now, this is a low light test of both of these cameras. Now, I have the lucky benefit of living in the UK during winter, and it is currently late afternoon and it's very cloudy, very gloomy, and very dark. Now, it's not night time, you might notice, and you might think, why am I doing a low light test when it's not night? Well, because quite frankly, nobody goes out, that I know of anyway, in the pitch black with no natural light whatsoever and films content. I would expect both of these cameras to not do that well in that scenario, because they're not mirrorless cameras. They don't, have really great low light performance. That's not what they're made for. These cameras shine in sort of bright environments where the light is optimal. But this is an example of a low light performance where the light isn't great, just to see what they're like.
My name's Charlie. Welcome to my channel.
You like it?
Yeah. Okay, I can see you behind me on the camera.
Can you?
Yeah, I can.
Are you vlogging?
Yeah, vlog it.
Do you like vlogging?
Yeah.
Tell the camera what you did today at school.
I played with my friends.
I tell you what, doing the school pickup in the winter when it's bitterly cold and grey and miserable, and you've got like an absolute potluck draw whether it's going to be raining or not on any given day. It's great. You don't know whether you're going to get soaking wet. You don't know if you're going to get frostbite. Yes, but it's good fun because we get to walk home. And what do we do when we walk home? What do we look for?
Birds and robins.
We look for the birds and we look for the robins. Now, both of these cameras have different shooting modes. They both have dedicated low light modes. They can both record in 4K. They can both also take photos. Obviously, the As I said earlier, the Insta360 Go Ultra is more durable and waterproof, and the Osmo Pocket 3 is made more for just sort of like the casual vlogger or the content creator that wants to take it out and about and use it. But bear in mind, as I've said before, and I'll say it time again, this is very susceptible to being broken. If you drop it, you'll break the gimbal mechanism. It's got a very small gimbal mechanism in it. And that's one thing you want to worry about. I love the Osmo Pocket 3. I think it's a great vlogging camera, but I'm always on edge whether it's going to get broken or not. Something like this, you haven't got to worry about that. You can literally, you need no extra accessories, just press this button, detach it, and you can record with this little device here. And you can see yourself when you're vlogging on the screen, and it's just completely waterproof, durable. It's great for that sort of thing. So the question is, which one should you get? Well, to be honest, you can't really go wrong with either. And this video isn't meant to be a which one is better sort of comparison. Oh, that's gone off. This video is more supposed to be just highlighting the video quality to you, showing the low light performance, showing what it's like for vlogging, showing what it's like for everyday use, so that you can make an educated decision on which one you want to get. Now, Insta360, I believe, are running a promo at the time of making this video. So check out the link in the description below and you can get an exclusive discount for that. And thank you very much to Insta360 for sending me this camera and for being a partner for this channel for such a long time. Now, I love both these cameras, but which one would you want to get? Let me know in the comments below. Ultimately, you just need to pick up a good camera that's going to do what you need it to do and start making content with it. So let me know in the comments which one you're getting. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching and do not forget to subscribe.